Today, many of America's children will tell you that dreams cannot come true. There are over 15 million at-risk youth in our country, at risk of abusing alcohol or drugs, at risk of succumbing to the violence and indifference that permeate their neighborhoods. There is no red wagon big or powerful enough to help these youth overcome the horrors they face. For these children, the adventure of life has been replaced by a cruel game of survival. What can we do? It was in Philadelphia that we, as a nation, made our start. It was called the President's Summit for America's Future. It was here that the Little Red Wagon became the symbol of a movement, an alliance between public, private, and nonprofit sectors committed to reach our children. It's called America's Promise.
I'm very pleased today to congratulate Phi Theta Kappa on your 82nd International Convention. I'm also very pleased to welcome you as partners to America's Promise, the Alliance for Youth. The mission of America's Promise is to endow our young people with the character and the competence they need to grow up into successful adults. To achieve this end, America's Promise is building a great national coalition. This coalition includes the public and private sectors and thousands of individual volunteers. Phi Theta Kappa will be a partner in our crusade over the next 2 years when America's Promise will become your organization's international service program. I am so pleased that you are making this commitment because I know that thousands of Phi Theta Kappa members have outstanding records of community service. It is those kinds of records of community service, your commitment to community service, that we want to tap into to help America's Promise. America's Promise looks forward to working with all of you as you reach out to youngsters in communities throughout the whole nation and frankly abroad as well. It is an international movement as well. Our aim is to connect young people with the minimum requirements they need to grow up into principled, self-supporting and contributing members of society, to get on the same path that you are all on now as you grow into successful adults. We do this by keeping 5 promises to the young people who need our help. And these 5 promises are, first, to make sure that every boy and girl in America or throughout the world has an ongoing relationship with a loving, caring adult, a responsible adult. Now, that adult can also be a student in a community college, such as you. What that child needs is someone to look up to, someone who is successful in life, either an adult or an older student, who can be a mentor, a tutor, an example of what the right things in life are and how you can be successful in life by doing the right things. Children get that by watching older people in their lives, either older students or adults. The second thing we're working on is to make sure that our children have a safe place with structured activities, especially during non-school hours, a safe place where they can learn and to grow. So we're expanding our Boys and Girls Club programs, our scouting programs, YMCAs, YWCAs, and in the expansion of these programs, we need volunteers who will spend a few hours a week or a month in one of these facilities, helping it to expand and being in touch with youngsters. You can be a part of that. Third, we want to make sure that our children get a healthy start in life, that they get the vaccinations they need, that they're exposed to good health care. You can help us by taking the message out to parents that there are programs that will help them get the right kind of care that their children need to be healthy youngsters and to be ready for school, to be healthy for school. The fourth thing we're working on is to make sure that our children get the marketable skills that they require through effective education. By being a tutor in a school or by just sharing with a youngster what you have learned in school, you help in the process of making sure they stay in school, apply themselves, and get an effective education so they can meet the challenges of the 21st century as you are preparing yourselves to meet the challenges of the 21st century. And finally, we want to make sure that we give our youngsters an opportunity to give back, not just take, but to give back through service to community. That's what I'm asking you to do, to give back through service to community by helping younger students follow the same path that you're following. As partners with America's Promise, Phi Theta Kappa members will serve as mentors, tutors, reading teachers. Many of you will volunteer with after-school programs in your local communities. Some of your chapters will help by securing books and supplies for youngsters in need. Finally, you will set an example for other campus organizations and student groups. By joining with us to point a kid in the right direction, you will encourage others to do the same. Working together, America's Promise and Phi Theta Kappa can provide young people with a foundation for successful lives. I welcome you as our newest partner, and I wish you a very successful international convention. Together we can help keep America's promise to our youngsters. So get involved, each and every one of you. Reach out, touch a kid, help them become a successful adult. Help them to get on the same path that each and every one of you are on. Thank you all so very, very much.